The Prentice Alsop Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
And welcome back to the Prentice Alsop Heating and Air Coaches Corner. And this portion of the show is brought to you by Dan France Concrete, a licensed and insured residential and commercial concrete construction contractor serving Middle Tennessee. That's Dan France Concrete. Joining me here is Coach Floyd Walker of the Eagleville Eagles. And Coach, last night, a huge win. I know sometimes you go through the season and go, we need this win. That was a win you needed, and you got it.
It really was. It was, and not for just the reason of just needing a win. It was just one of those deals where, last night was also senior night for our 14 senior football players and our one senior football manager. But what you always want those kids to be able to do is say that they won their last home game in our stadium, and we were able to do that. And I thought the supporting cast, as far as juniors and the rest of the underclassmen, really did a good job of sending them out of Talon Field on the right way, on the right note.
And what a great night!
It was.
I mean, for presentations and walking and that kind of thing, getting out there and just a great football night, really, wasn't it?
It was. It wasn't wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold. I thought the temperature was really well. I thought the atmosphere was exciting. It was an awesome moon. The kids started pointing out, "Hey, Coach, look at that moon over there." So that kind of tells you that sometimes their minds may not be on football all the time. But it was a great night for those young men.
I love it, and there's probably no better scenario than Eagleville High School to have senior night, homecoming, all of those kind of things. Just really special out there because everybody in Eagleville just has, even from the very beginning of the program when it first started,
right,
has adopted that football team, and I mean it's just a wonderful thing to see.
It is, and that's what you love about it is because it's not about any of the adults. It's about all of the kids. It's all about supporting the kids, win, lose, or draw, and our kids really do appreciate the fact that they get so much great support from not only the community, the student body, but also from the administration. So we're very fortunate and very blessed to be where we are, and our kids really truly embrace the fact that, and I think that's one of the things that kind of makes our place special.
A big win, 28-21 over Loretta, and you got some stars. Now I'm going to ask you a general question here in terms of, when you look at your football team, the defense has always kind of been there.
Right.
And offensively, you've been at times, struggled at times.
Right.
But it seems like some of these guys are growing up a little bit, and because you were kind of young at some key places, and it looks like they're maybe maturing a little bit.
Yeah, we're starting to get better as the year goes along. We're probably the youngest position and the most important position that we're at is at quarterback, and we play two kids at quarterback. We play Damon Pruitt and we play Ben Fox. Benton's he's a freshman. Damon is a senior, but this is the first year that Damon's actually ever got an opportunity to play a lot. So as far as youth at the position, they're both still young and they're learning a lot as we go through this season, but we're leaning hard on some of the veteran players like Nolan Lane and like Caleb Snitzer. And we're starting to get some other people involved, like Alex Bryant. So we're starting to find our footing as far as offense goes.
You talk about being here for just a second. We have not really mentioned him all year, but in terms of when you think about how old he is,
right,
he's a freshman. He's what, 14, maybe
14,
15?
somewhere in that neighborhood.
And his body alone probably.
Well, his voice ain't even really changed yet,
That might be the best way to put it. I know Ben. He's not a huge guy. He's not a huge kid, but he's got that moxie, I guess you might say.
He's been playing quarterback for a while. He's just got to learn the do's and don'ts, and he's got to learn what his skill set actually is, and he's starting to understand that, and he's getting better, daily at practice, and he's getting better from week to week on Friday night. So we're going to be excited about what lies ahead for him and the things that he's going to bring to the table. But we just got to continue to let him develop and grow and try not to put too much on his plate as we go through these next couple of games.
I know his family. I would imagine he had a football in his hands, as a baby.
I would say so.
Out of the crib, maybe.
He probably had all the balls in his hand. He's still playing basketball. He still plays baseball. So he's going to be another 3-sport kid for Eagleville, which is a real treat to be able to watch him in different avenues.
And I promise I'm going to get to this game, but you bring up makes me think of another question. Eagleville probably encourages more than multi-sports than anybody in Rutherford County in terms of, because you need those guys. You need to have them in playing 2 or 3 sports, and I'm a big advocate of that, as many sports as you can play, and they'll let you. And you guys have always been very accommodating to those kids and letting them play.
And that's what I try to tell these kids. If you can play, you need to go play. All right, because you've got one high school career, and when it's over, it's over. And you don't need to ever live with any regrets. So if you want to go play baseball, if you want to go play basketball, go do it. But don't try to just specialize. All right. I mean, you read everything about specialization and all those things. All I want a kid to do is be able to enjoy his high school career, whether it's football or whether he plays every sport at Eagleville, participates in every group in Eagleville. As long as he has a great high school experience, I could really give a flip about what he participates in. Just go be happy.
As a father and a grandfather of athletes, I've finally learned to accept that it's good to have the high school experience more so than maybe a chance of a scholarship that is very, very rare.
Right.
And congratulations to those who get it, but your life is probably not going to be determined by your athletic career.
No, it's not. It's not. I mean, you want to make you some wonderful memories. You want to make some tremendous friends, and what you want to do is you hope that you get something of value from a character standpoint. From all the coaches and all the adults that you end up associating yourself with as you go through your high school experience, because it's about development. That's what high school athletics is about. That's what high school academics is about. It's about development. It's about developing a young person to be able to handle adult decisions and adult avenues when they graduate. So we hope we're doing those things. We pray that we're doing those things, and we pray football-wise that the kids are better people because they came through our program.
Well, let's talk about the game. I'm going to get to the game. Here we go.
Hey, man, it's all about the kids.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
The game's great, but these kids are really wonderful to be around. So,
well, I just think sometimes Eagleville gets the short end because it's out there, and people don't really realize what kind of wonderful place it is to be,
Right.
And we don't give it enough credit sometimes, I think. Loretta, really good football team.
They are. They really are.
And there are some people that probably had you going down last night, but man, you did a good job. You hung on to win the game. They had a late touchdown. Tell us a little bit about you got up 28-14.
Got up 28-14.
And you had to feel fairly good about it at that time, but anything can happen.
Anything can happen, but we knew going into it, number one, we had to control the football. We can't turn the football over, and we also knew that we need to be able to stop their quarterback, and we had to tackle really well defensively. And we jumped up 28-14, and then it becomes a clock management deal. I mean, we hang our hat on the run now, so we have to be able to run the football. I think Caleb Snitzer ran it 25, 30 times, somewhere in that neighborhood.
163 yards.
Yeah, something like that. So we knew what we had to do offensively, but we were able to make the breaks that we needed to break. We had a 4th down stop against their offense. We converted. I think our 3rd down percentage was a lot better than it normally was, and we had a pick 6 by Nolan Lane that also helped in it. So we achieved the things that we thought we had to achieve as far as being able to win the game or actually give ourselves an opportunity to do it. But the thing about it was those kids, our kids never really got rattled. Mm-hmm. First play of the game, they get the ball, we bust the coverage, and they hit us right off the bat for 60, 70-yard touchdown, and it's 7-0, and then there's not even 15 seconds gone off the clock. But our kids our kids were able to move on and just go play the next play, and which was one of those deals where you talk about it, but then when you see it and you see it in their face, it's really cool thing to watch.
We're talking to Floyd Walker, head coach of the Eagleville Eagles, and here on the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner. I want to mention Alex Bryant, 2 catches, 47 yards, had 5 tackles, and Spann did his thing again.
Yeah, Spann's still doing his thing. So, I mean, we had senior night last night, and now he's the all-time leading tackler for Eagleville football.
Awesome.
So,
yeah.
I mean, it's one of those deals to where he's been solid for us since he was a freshman, and he continues to lead our defense, which, as you just alluded to, is probably what we hang our hat on.
You have a great philosophy, and Eagleville always has, really. Run the football, and you said it just a few minutes ago. Run the football, don't make turnovers, and make tackles, clean tackles. It's a simple game when you look at it that way.
I mean, hey, if you can run the ball and stop the run, you got a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can do those 2 things, you've always got a chance to be in the ball game. May not win it, but you got an opportunity.
It's hard to believe this season is getting close to an end, the regular season anyway. And
it's probably because, the older you and I get, the faster it rolls.
Yeah, those years get real quick, don't they? You got coming up next, I believe it's Richland, isn't it?
Yeah, our next 2 games, we play Richland, we play Cornersville. Both of those are on the road. Both of those will be region games.
They're big, aren't they? I mean,
they're big. I know Coach Patterson from years past. He's through Lewis County when we played them, and playing Richland the last couple of years. He'll do a good job of having his kids prepared, especially down there. We're just gonna have to go back and just try to be Eagleville. We'll go into it, again, trying to run the ball, trying to stop the run, and trying to eliminate the mistakes.
If everybody if we could get kids to believe in that philosophy, it'd be so easy, wouldn't it?
I mean, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of different things football-wise, but simplicity sometimes is better. Now, you don't have to line up in the same formation. You don't have to just not have any motion or any shifts or anything like that. But you can do the same plays and you can disguise it. And if you can do those things, it comes back down again to running the ball.
Offensive line doesn't get enough credit, does it? A lot of times.
Because they're the only 5 people that don't ever move.
Yeah, yeah.
So
and you don't hear their names mentioned as much as they could, but boy, what a job they do each and every year.
Especially you look at a center who, when you talk about offensive football, he's the only person that's guaranteed to touch the ball every snap.
Yeah.
It
all starts with him.
Yeah, it does. So our guys up front, they've done a super job. They've gotten better and better from week to week, and I can't say enough about their progress.
What's the secret to the Eagleville defense? Is it coaches not moving around, having the same guys, even in middle school on down? You got your Chad Lemons, you got your Haleys, you've got Pippingers, all those guys. That has to have something to do with it, doesn't it?
That has something to do with it, but what you end up doing is eventually you get a group of guys that are, number one, like each other. They like each other, and the fear of disappointing one of their buddies on defense, they kind of bond off of that. Our kids spend a lot of time together, not just at football practice. They spend a lot of time. I think we've got a group of about 5 or 6 of them that are taking some type of picture on Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay. And
people forget at Eagleville, you probably are going to the same church, or at least one of the 3.
Exactly.
You're just spending the weekends together.
Right. I think during fall break, I think we had 11 to 15 of them went to the beach together. They really, you say like, but
you can't coach that.
No, our kids love each other.
Yeah,
they do. They really do, and that's a neat thing to see because they're always together. And when you get a group like that on a side of a ball, like defensively, or you get a collective group like that that's offense, defense, kicking game, you'll have an opportunity because what they never want to do is they don't want to disappoint their buddy, and that's been our secret so far.
Keep that water on that field now. It's getting dry.
Yeah.
We need some rain, don't we? But not on a Friday night.
Not on a Friday night, no, sir.
Coach, good luck to you next week. And 2 big games coming up to finish the season. And I hope to talk to you very soon. And maybe I might see you at the end there. So,
well, let's hope so.
All right. That's Coach Floyd Walker, the head coach of the Eagleville Eagles. This portion of the show brought to you by Dr. Automotive, the cure for your car, professional auto repair and maintenance from ASE certified mechanics and master mechanics. Check them out online at autorepairsmyrna.com. From
At
Floyd
Dr.
Walker,
Automotive
we
in
go to
Smyrna,
Cougar
we're
Corner.
committed to providing local car owners with top-notch auto